Why Peter Falk's kids won't inherit his millions. Peter Falk was an iconic American actor, beloved for his portrayal of the disheveled but brilliant detective Lieutenant Columbo. With a career spanning over 5 decades, Falk left an indelible mark on film, television, and theater, becoming a household name and an unforgettable figure in the world of entertainment. His unconventional looks and mannerisms, coupled with his deep understanding of the characters he portrayed, allowed him to transcend the boundaries of a typical Hollywood star. More than just an actor, Peter Falk was a cultural icon whose legacy continues to influence actors and filmmakers today. Born on September 16, 1927, in New York City, Peter Michael Falk grew up in Ossining, New York. His parents were Jewish immigrants, and Falk often spoke about the strong work ethic instilled in him during his childhood. At age 3, he lost his right eye to retinoblastoma, a rare form of eye cancer, and wore a glass eye for most of his life. While many saw this as a disadvantage, Falk later turned it into an asset, using his distinctive look to add depth to the characters he played, especially Columbo. Falk's education was diverse and impressive. He earned a bachelor's degree in political science from the New School for Social Research and later a master's degree in public administration from Syracuse University. Originally, Falk had no intentions of pursuing acting professionally. In fact, he worked as a management analyst for the Connecticut State Budget Bureau before making the shift to acting. However, his love for the stage, which began in college, ultimately pulled him toward a life in performance. Peter Falk's acting career began in theater, and he found early success on the stage in off-Broadway productions in the 1950s. His performances in plays like The Iceman Cometh and The Caine Mutiny Court-Martial earned him recognition, and in 1956, Falk made the decision to move to Hollywood. His film debut came in 1958 with Wind Across the Everglades, but it was his role in Murder, Inc., 1960, that truly put him on the map. Playing the psychopathic hitman Abe Reilly's, Falk earned critical acclaim and his first Academy Award nomination for Best Supporting Actor. He followed this success with another Oscar-nominated performance in Pocketful of Miracles, 1961, further cementing his place as a versatile actor who could handle both gritty and comedic roles. Peter Falk's most enduring and iconic role came in 1968 when he first donned the rumpled trench coat of Lieutenant Columbo in Prescription, Murder. Created by William Link and Richard Levinson, the character of Columbo was unlike any other television detective. With his unkempt appearance, seemingly absent-minded demeanor, and persistent yet polite interrogative style, Columbo became an instant hit with audiences. Falk played the role of Columbo for more than 3 decades, appearing in 69 episodes and numerous TV movies until 2003. His portrayal was so authentic and beloved that many believed Columbo to be a real person. Falk's genius lay in the nuances he brought to the role, the subtle squint, the scratch of the head, and the iconic "just one more thing" phrase, which always signaled that Columbo had trapped his suspect. Columbo was also revolutionary in how it flipped the typical detective show format. Instead of a whodunit, each episode showed the audience the murderer's identity from the beginning, focusing instead on how Columbo would unravel the mystery and catch the culprit. Falk's performance elevated the show beyond its procedural elements, turning it into a character study of a brilliant mind hidden beneath an everyman facade. His commitment to the character was legendary. He insisted on wearing the same worn-out shoes and driving the same beat-up Peugeot that Columbo had from the beginning, imbuing the role with a sense of continuity and reality. While Peter Falk is most closely associated with Columbo, his career extended far beyond the detective role. Falk was a sought-after character actor, known for his ability to shift seamlessly between genres. He worked with renowned directors such as John Cassavetes, appearing in several of his films, including A Woman Under the Influence, 1974, and Husbands, 1970. His collaborations with Cassavetes showcased Falk's ability to delve into emotionally complex and raw characters. These films allowed Falk to demonstrate his range as an actor, proving that he was more than just Columbo. He also appeared in beloved family films such as The Princess Bride, 1987, where he played the kindly grandfather narrating the story, adding a layer of warmth and nostalgia to the movie. In comedies like The In-Laws, 1979, Falk exhibited impeccable timing and an understated wit, proving himself as a versatile actor capable of excelling in any role. Peter Falk's personal life was as colorful as his career. He was married twice, first to Alice Mayo from 1960 to 1976, with whom he adopted 2 daughters, and later to actress Shira Danesa, whom he married in 1977 and remained with until his death. Falk's relationship with Danesa was particularly close, and she appeared in several episodes of Columbo alongside her husband. Falk was known for his generosity and down-to-earth demeanor. Despite his fame, he never let success go to his head and was often described as humble and approachable. He had a lifelong passion for painting and was an accomplished artist, with his works displayed in galleries. His love of the arts extended to his friendships, particularly with Cassavetes, whom he deeply admired for his artistic vision and independent filmmaking. In his later years, Peter Falk faced declining health, including a diagnosis of Alzheimer's disease. This condition gradually affected his memory and ability to communicate, a tragic irony for a man whose career was built on keen intellect and sharp wit. Falk passed away on June 23, 2011, at the age of 83, leaving behind a legacy that continues to influence the acting world. His portrayal of Columbo remains a gold standard for detective roles, inspiring generations of actors. His unique approach to his craft, blending naturalism with a deep understanding of character psychology, set him apart from his peers. Peter Falk, the beloved actor best known for his iconic role as the rumpled detective Columbo, left behind not only a celebrated career but also a complicated family situation that stirred controversy regarding his estate. One of the most debated aspects following Falk's death in 2011 was the distribution of his multi-million-dollar fortune. His children, whom he had from previous relationships, were left out of the will, leading to speculation and legal battles that shed light on the complexities of his family life and final wishes. Falk was married to Shira Danesa for over 30 years, and their relationship was an enduring one in Hollywood, where long marriages can often be rare. Despite their decades of marriage, their union was not without difficulties. Falk and Danesa had no children together, but she became a prominent figure in his life as his second wife. Danesa, who was also an actress and appeared in several Columbo episodes, played a central role in Falk's later years, particularly as his health began to decline due to Alzheimer's disease. As Peter Falk's mental health deteriorated, it was Shira Danesa who took over his care, acting as his primary guardian and decision-maker. This period of Falk's life became the focal point of family tensions, particularly with his children from a previous marriage, Catherine and Jackie Falk. The children alleged that Danesa restricted their access to their father during his final years, fueling resentment and sparking legal challenges that would continue after Falk's death. When Peter Falk passed away in June 2011, his estate, reportedly worth millions, became the subject of intense scrutiny. To the surprise of many, his children, Catherine and Jackie, were left out of his will. Instead, Falk's entire fortune, including properties, financial assets, and personal belongings, was left to Shira Danesa. This exclusion of his children from the will became a contentious issue, leading to speculation about the reasons behind such a decision. Falk's daughter, Catherine Falk, who had a particularly strained relationship with Danesa, filed a lawsuit claiming that she had been unfairly kept away from her father in his final years. She further alleged that Danesa had manipulated her father into excluding his children from the inheritance, citing concerns over her father's deteriorating mental state and the control that Danesa had over his affairs. However, Danesa maintained that Falk's decisions were in line with his wishes, arguing that she had been his loyal partner throughout the years and had every right to inherit the entirety of his estate. Following Falk's death, Shira Danesa assumed full control of the estate, inheriting all of his assets as stipulated in the will. This included Falk's multi-million-dollar fortune, his properties, and any residuals or royalties from his acting career. Peter Falk's legacy, particularly his role in Columbo, continued to generate income through reruns and syndication, which further contributed to the estate's value. Danes's possession of the entire estate left little room for Falk's children to claim any part of their father's wealth. While some argued that the decision was a natural consequence of Falk's long marriage to Danesa, others saw it as an unfortunate outcome of a deeply fractured family dynamic. Falk's children, especially Catherine, felt that they had been wronged, and the legal battles that ensued were both emotionally and financially taxing. The controversy surrounding Peter Falk's estate didn't begin after his death. It had been brewing for several years prior. In 2008, Catherine Falk had filed for conservatorship over her father, claiming that Shira Danesa was preventing her from seeing him and keeping her in the dark about his health. Catherine's attempts to gain control over her father's affairs were unsuccessful, and Danesa remained his legal guardian until his death. The legal dispute surrounding the guardianship and estate became part of the larger narrative of family strife that marked Falk's final years. After Falk's death, Catherine continued to fight for her rights, this time targeting her father's will. She argued that Falk, who was suffering from Alzheimer's, may not have been fully aware of the decisions he was making when the will was drafted, and that Danesa had undue influence over him during this vulnerable period. However, the courts ruled in favor of Shira Danesa, solidifying her control over the estate. The story of Peter Falk's estate and the exclusion of his children from his fortune is a cautionary tale about the complexities of family dynamics, particularly when wealth and fame are involved. Falk's decision to leave everything to Shira Danesa may have been influenced by his declining health and the strains between his wife and children, but the legal battles that followed revealed the deep wounds left behind by his passing. Despite the admiration and respect that Peter Falk garnered throughout his career, his personal life was far more turbulent. His children's estrangement from both their father and his estate painted a picture of a family fractured by resentment, mistrust, and legal entanglements. To this day, Peter Falk's legacy is remembered not only for his legendary portrayal of Columbo but also for the heartbreaking family disputes that followed his death. In the end, Shira Danesa walked away with the entirety of Peter Falk's fortune, while his children were left with only memories and a bitter legal fight that tarnished their relationship with both their father and his widow. The battle over Peter Falk's millions serves as a reminder that even the most beloved public figures can face deep personal turmoil behind closed doors, where wealth and family ties often collide.